Recording is on. Super Mario, please say the super. Upline 15K. Uncle 15K. 7 years. 3 months in the business now. Started unemployed. Just applied for food stamps. They approved me for that first conditional trial. So that was cool. Sucks being 30 years old and having to admit that you can't feed yourself as a okay. Fine. Thank you, Jerron. All right, how's this? That better? All right, cool. People looking out. All right, we straight. Yeah, having to basically admit to yourself to even go into the office that you can't afford to. You can't feed yourself. You can't take care of yourself based off the situation and choices. Started the product, lost 21 pounds in 2.5 months. Gained some lean mass, earned $600 in my first full month retailing the products. Got my first check, said I'm not about to look for no jobs. I'm going to keep getting these results. And if I don't get new people on the products in retail with a client a day type focus, and if I don't build a team, then I don't eat. And so that's what happened 7 years ago. Yo, if you was just on the line early, like it makes sense to be because on time is late and late is unacceptable. If you was on at least at 4:59 when Mark Hughes was talking, yo, it's the vision, and then it's he's gonna tell you about what you're going to go through, right? And this is the benefit of listening to Mark Hughes. This is the benefit of listening to upline, somebody who's a senior to you in the business in terms of more years, more experience, and or a bigger organization. Is because they're going to tell you what you're going to go through. Inevitably, like you're inevitably going to go through everything that we've all gone through. It may look different. It may come in a different type of intensity, right, to a different degree, but we're all going to go through people. He just was talking about every year you're going to lose people, so you have to make sure that you're doing at least as much as you did last year to replenish what you might lose every year, right? We have requalification for supervisors. We got preferred member requalifications and distributor. Like people got to stay active. Like all that stuff matters, and your business can slowly start, just going down. And then he said, treat everybody nice. Your members, your distributors, your clients, and then the people that tell you no. Because when they see you, they're going to say, how's that Herbalife thing? Shout out to all of you guys who you've talked to somebody and they ask you about the Herbalife thing, knowing that you're in Herbalife still, right? You got a shirt on, you got a button. So, but it's just what people do anyway. And he said, yeah, man, I know I told you last time that I was, when I was making $2,000 a month, right? And I showed you the deal. And now I'm making about $450,000 a year. Let me show you again. And of course, the only thing you're going to show somebody is the same thing you showed them last time, right? Keep the marketing plan super simple, 25, 35, 42, 50, right? Like, and you can literally just, re-invite some people. But the vision part of that is type a 1 in the chat if you wish that you had the story to say that you were making $2,000 a month when you had just talked to somebody today or yesterday, right? Type of 1 if you at least, right, want that. Or I'll say type of 1 if you haven't made $2,000 a month. And you would like that to be your story at some point so that in the future you at least had that story and was like, yeah, well, shoot, man, I doubled that. I'm triple that, right? Then to make like $450. Now, the money that they made back in the day, right? Because Mark Hughes passed in like 2001. So when we're seeing videos from Mark Hughes, you guys, we got to think that these are like the 90s and mostly the 90s. If you're going to catch it on YouTube, you're going to see mostly the 90s. But then some of the stuff might be the late 80s too as well. And he's talking about these huge numbers which people were having. And you got to start thinking about, you know, how the economy's changed and, you know, how inflation has happened and how much that money was back in the day compared to the money right now. So 450 a year 20 years ago is a different $450,000 in 2019. And he's talking about it casually because he has like good friend presidents, team members in the audience who had somebody probably just told him that number that day. Like, oh my gosh, Mark Hughes is crazy. The first time I seen you at Extravaganza, I was doing like $2,000 a month. I was brand new Get team. And, you know, now, you know, we're Prez team and, you know, we made 450. Like, that's probably what had just happened. That's probably where the numbers came from. And so you sit there and you listen, and I always listen to like everything he says in a vision type of way of being able to say, man, who else is going to have that story, right? Who else is going to, you know, have that type of story? And also on the front end of what we were listening to, like you got to get on early. He was talking about how many meetings are you doing the meetings, being committed to not flopping and sucking in the meetings, right? So, and that's a skill. So the things that we're not good at and things that we don't even want to do a lot of times are just skills, and we just do them because these are things that maybe we got to add our blocks up. You know, maybe we got to fill up our tool belt before we become a president's team member, or even before president's team. Maybe we got to fill up our tool belt to even get into, you know, becoming a $2,000 a month earner, a $5,000 a month earner. Like, we're going to have to fill up the tool belt, right? So that you have the skill that you can always be able to pull out. And it's the basics of what this business is. So the basics of the business is use where talk, obviously, right? Let's do a speaker view because the recording they could see. So use where talk is getting results and getting people results in your tool belt, right? You don't got to raise your hand. You don't got to type a 1 or anything. Write it on your book and ask the question to your book, which is asking it to yourself, right? Is results in my tool belt for myself, right? Some people are stuck. Some people results are going the other way, and it's okay. Not everybody's built, you know what I'm saying, to be like ridiculously sexy year round, right? Not everybody's going to be ripped up year round. It's a small percentage, you know, of like really living that, like, I'm ripped up lifestyle. But then there has to be 100% percentage, right, of all of us who are like active, exercising. You know what I'm saying? If you can, right? A lot of you guys are getting pregnant nowadays. Stop doing that, right? Unless it's a plan. But when you can work out and you're not injured, and you're not pregnant, and you know you don't have anything else, you know what I mean? You're going to fit camp, you're going to the gym, you know, consistent, maybe, and you're staying up on having, you know, a cabinet full of. Look, y'all know I be clowning, all right? So they gonna come. Don't pay attention to the jokes. Pay attention to the main message, all right? So and then you stand on your products, introducing a lot more products to your plan, and then using the products to in a way that helps you. Some people, like, you just don't use enough digestive products, right? That's like a big deal. Like, it should be like, okay, dang, I really want to lose, you know, my gut, or I really want to lean out right now. Look, you got to know that the probiotic got to get in there, the apple fiber, you know what I'm saying? Drink more aloe, you know, a scoop of apple fiber at nighttime. Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, oh, it's so smooth. And it's recognizable that there really is a product that's working on you, right? Right. So, you know, results in the tool belt, you know what I'm saying? And in your notebook, you guys could, you know, draw Batman or something so you can realize, you know, he comes from the tool belt with everything, bat wings, bangerangs, all kind of stuff, right? So the next thing in your tool belt is, do you know how to show somebody the marketing plan? Right? You're writing it down. You're asking yourself. You're asking a book. Right? This is a question for your team, as they, you know, we always have this: how am I going to grow? What's missing? Well, showing people the marketing plan, right? Because the next tool, little belt slot next to that is, recruiting, obviously. Like those are going to be like right there, bing, bing. You know what I'm saying? You get to sign somebody up based off them seeing that the business makes sense, right? And we call it the business, right? How many guys, talk about Herbalife and be like, yo, I do the business, right? Everybody does the business, and we're all distributors. Ideally, maybe there's some other people online too as well right now, but you're a distributor. So you have the account designed to do the business, but are you really doing the business, or is it just like, I do the business, but you're not doing nothing, right? You got to show people the marketing plan. I got a frontline global expansion team member, Ruben Valadez. He invited him out all the time. I'm like, man, come out Sunday, man. You got to come to Power Club, man. It's crazy. It's a good workout. Of course, like the other tab members were there. Everybody who was on the team in the IE was coming Sundays. Great workout. Never come. I see him in the gym. He play basketball. Wouldn't come, wouldn't make it. Finally came to one of the meetings that we were having, at Super Active Nutrition downtown. And he's seen the marketing plan. And even at, a young age, I think Ruben's only like 27 or 28 right now. So even back then, 22, 23, hearing the marketing plan, to him, it just makes sense, right? The simplicity of it, right? And if you ever get elaborate with it, you need to only get elaborate with the dollars. Don't get elaborate with the volume points. Don't get elaborate with the names of what levels people are going to. Just get elaborate with, well, you just met this guy, he's 15K, and then explain the marketing plan up to that 15K. It would be like, oh my God, let me show you. You just seen this guy, he's 30K, and explain the marketing plan up into 30K, so that you're just saying, if you take this, number of 30K, this is what the royalty is approximately, just so they can get the idea of it. And this is what the, the production bonus could be, ideally as well. So you'll be able to cast a vision, for when somebody can first start understanding how much income they could make, right? Talking about 25%. You want to show somebody the products, right? You already got results in your tool belt. So you're telling them how they can get results with the products, tell them how much that costs, and then tell them how much you could earn off of that same plan that you just recommended for them. Like, that's the key. These are the keys. You guys got it? You know what I'm saying? And then so when they can see that, and it's like, oh, and yeah, $25. Look, anybody who thinks $25 is a lot of money, nobody thinks that. Even broke people don't think 25 is a lot, though they could use $25. But you have to detach the $25 to the amount of work or effort, so it makes sense. Because if you say, yeah, you earn $25, they're gonna be like, who's getting excited yet? But in the fact that it's just offering somebody something that they already want, and it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes, and you're comparing it in the way that you explain things to earning $25 an hour, which not a lot of people earn $25 an hour, right? There's people at work right now. If we go down all the boxes of the people that are at work, how many of them going to be able to raise their hand in their box and say, yeah, I'm at work right now earning $25 an hour, when they could be talking to one person in the next hour? Beyond, and most people are beyond distributors and senior consultants, and most people might even be supervisors, showing that they might be able to make like $50, you know what I'm saying, on a quick start program. Then it becomes real. Then people can see the more and the extra for their life. So that's in the toolbox, if that makes sense to you guys, right? Cool. What else, and this is like an unmute yourself and speak freely, what else do you think has to be in your toolbox if you want to get to like the levels, high levels? Just unmute yourself, anybody, and speak freely. Oh, okay. Okay, I know you guys can't mute, all right, so we're going to just allow you guys to unmute yourself. Sorry, I'm going to take the child lock off. All right, unmute yourself.
Hi.
Okay. The loudest person wins. We already know.
Hey. Contribution.
Oh, contributions is there. Okay. You said A, she said a word. So my sister B said contribution is something in your tool belt. Now, if I was teaching right now, sitting in this chair, in what ways would I be talking about people contributing to build their business to go to the next level? This is kind of like a little esoteric, but you know, if you were just going to say contribution, sister.
Ask that again. Gunnar was talking.
Oh, contribution like how? Because I would love to expound on what you're saying.
So I remember always tuning in or going to the active nutrition when the addicts had it, and they always said, raise your hand first, press team bathrooms. And I always took that on. So with every club that, you know, I've been a part of, like showing up, making sure I brought my product contribution, top classes, you always want to, in life in general, like go into something and make it better. So I feel like that creates the space for your team. Like when I didn't have a team, Garen would always say, well, show up for the team and your team will come. So you have to operate like you already are holding for your own team when you show up and contribute to the team. There's so many sidelines that, you know, I built relationships with and help them with, you know, whatever they're going through with the clients and business and all that. And that just prepared me to do that for my own. So when you contribute to the whole picture, you're just preparing yourself for yours.
Okay, anything else about contribution and why it may be an essential piece of the tool belt? I think that would be like a extra additive on like a special day if I'm just really, really talking about it. But what I will say about contribution, it gets stuff done. If you do it, it's done. If you do it, right? If you don't walk by straw papers on the ground, if you don't let spills remain there, if you see that people are entering the building and you should stand there and be the greeter because people should get greeted, like it's done. So then it's not a fix anymore, right? And if it is a fix, it's a post fix. Like, oh, I noticed that nobody was here earlier. Maybe we should get somebody assigned, but I was there, so it was great. Now it's an awareness for everybody. Another reason is because I can guarantee you out of 130 some people on the line, almost 130 of you guys want to own or operate some type of hub, facility, club in some type of way, right? I can guarantee it. Or you want to be the upline of somebody who is owning, you know, a club, and you have that type of, you know, volume and community in your downline. So with that, if you're doing everything, not only will you start like know how to do everything, right? And when you're doing it in spaces that aren't yours, you're creating a culture for people to do stuff in spaces that aren't theirs, right? And you know, it might be your downline working with you, so it's yours, and then they're there able to build their business in the spot. But what it does is it alleviates, when you get to a higher level, the need for you to ever have to do stuff, right? If you have a contribution culture, this is what happens, right? And I'm gonna use like a real example of like what I do, and I say I'll do it. When I say I'll do it, it automatically clicks in like the leaders on the team to know, no, we need to take this off of Super doing this contribution and whatever it is. I do it. As soon as I say that, usually McTerrence be like, nah. Right? Like you'll start creating that, right? You'll start creating people saying, oh, we all need to take care of everything. I need to be part of what gets taken care of. Why we want to see the president's team member sweeping the floor? Because we already seen him sweep the floor. We came in, he was sweeping the floor, right? Like that's essential. Let's see here. Do we have something about a tool belt? Are you tool belting us? What else should be in the tool belt, Katrina?
Hey, I am tool belting you guys, and thank you for the opportunity to share and always create value. So I was writing as you were chatting, and what I wrote down was taking 100% responsibility and 5 steps to do that. So number 1 is character development in every area of life. Like we know where we're weak, whether it's spiritually, whether it's mentally, whether it's financially, like all those things will catch up with me, with us in life and in Herbalife. Number two, and you were just hitting on those points, is value creation. So show up on the calls online, show up to the meetings, and be the first one, and several of you mentioned this already, be the first one to raise your hand, to take notes, to contribute, to volunteer, to add value in any way, shape, or form. Because like, imagine what it was like for you walking in to a network marketing business having no clue. And what I do is I imagine oftentimes like what would have been helpful for me X amount of time ago and how I want to treat that person with the golden rule. Then number three, I put product result. Like, if you, for example, until I came into Herbalife,
yeah, look, we need one tool to add to the belt. Give me the tool. Give me the one.
So number three on product result, what I put is stay in a challenge. So like I've stayed in a challenge every single month with Garen since the beginning of 2019 because I know that's a weak area. Number four, community involvement, and the tool is like immerse yourself in this, in the events, but also think of how you're creating a movement and do that every day. And then number five is hold yourself accountable as well as ask for accountability on preparing for the promotion. Like humble yourself, and I humble myself a ton.
Oh, that's the one. The art of promotion is in the tool belt. See, I got you. Don't even trip. So I'm gonna mute you now. Don't be offended. Right? Another thing, right? I'm glad you started speaking. You know what I mean? I do gotta rein it in. A word that I've been using lately is hijack. And it applies to a whole lot of stuff. And this might be, it's like a little side squirrel. You guys, do not let people hijack you. Right? Because we do. I mean, I say yes to a lot of stuff. And then all of a sudden, like the day's gone and I was pulled into everybody else's world instead of playing my video game. I became a part of their missions and stuff like that. So, don't let people hijack you. But the art of promotion, right? It's the 24th right now. We got 6 days left in the month. You know what I'm saying? 6 days plus the rest of today, Monday. And then we pretty much got a whole more than 3 weeks in July before we get to New Orleans for extravaganza, right? The promotion for extravaganza should be real. You know what I mean? You have to learn how to promote. And this is promote everything. Promote the promotions in the company, right? Promote the events, right? Promote yourself, promote speakers, right? You need to find out, like, if there's somebody that is speaking, this weekend we just had Celeste Richmond do our event in Long Beach. So because I've known Celeste over 7 years, we started like 2.5 weeks, separate from each other. Grew up together, did a lot of business together, did team, bonding and unity stuff together as we were going to like 15K and everything, and president's team. I got a story, I got a relation. I understand her messaging for the most part to be able to talk to somebody about that. And if I didn't know her, I would ask like, yo, how long has she been in the business? What does she do? Right? What are her main DMOs did she do on the way to president's team? What does she do now? What is she known for? Where has she just been? Right? She is North American Humanitarian Award winner in 2018. Like, that's stuff that you want to know, because it's easy to then have people say, okay, that sounds like something I'll be interested in. Right? We have distributor action plan. That's promotion. So you have to know when to talk to people about everything. Even in events, like if you guys have fit camps, right? You promote the next fit camp at that fit camp, right? So you have pre-promotion, the stuff that happened during promotions and events, and then the post-promotion and events that you got to be always on, always on, always on. You can't forget to promote the next event while you're at the event, right? So these are just important things, and hopefully you guys are writing it down, like our promotion, pre, during, post, of everything, right? And of course, the big things are easy to do. Extravaganzas easy to do. The STSs and stuff are easy to do. The quarterly events, Leadership Development Weekend, January kickoff, is a lot more easy to do because it's kind of like glaring out there. But then all these small things, you guys, we have things that you can just be doing for your clients personally. Like a client that's full retail client, you should be on the way. If it works for the way that you want to build your business or maintain your client base, you should be promoting to them what they can turn into, which is like a preferred member. You know what I mean? If they're getting great results and they sending you referrals, then you're promoting to them, maybe distributorship, as well. So it's all the little nuances that we have, and I a lot. It wasn't. Hold on. Unless you want to raise your hand from now. Like if I'm going, I'll get you. So all the small things, and of course the big things. It's the art of promotion. You have to be, and it starts with you, setting yourself up to be excited. You know what I mean? And so as, face to face, right? Getting numbers, getting contacts is something else. Getting your own personal leads. I call them leads because that's actually what I say to people in my phone when I meet them. So-and-so, grocery store, and it says lead right there. You know what I mean? So gathering leads is something else in your tool belt. Some of you guys, social media. Well, most people have social media as well as, they're face to face. But if you're working face to face, that's the biggest tool. I don't care how successful people have been in social media, number one in the world. They use it as well, but they don't only use that. It just seems like they're social media people. Like your face to face game, what people, your interaction with people that can see your personal results, not your filtered results, not your angle results. I don't know how the whole second chin disappears, but somehow the camera be at a way that you was like, I didn't even know she had the whole little gobble. Right? I don't know how you sit on the sink and it's something new. In real life, people are going to talk to you about what they really, really see. Damn, Soup, I thought you was like 7 feet tall. You look big on the screen. Right? The reality of who you are is what's going to really be able to have people like stick to you and stick close, because you can't filter what people can see and the energy that they give and the vibe and your aura that comes off of you. That's probably like the biggest area of the tool belt, because that's where so much of everything's going to come from. You know what I mean? You're who you are as a person. That's who you are at these events that you're going to contribute to. That's who you are at these promotions that you get to qualify for. When people say, oh, I met you and you was a really nice person in real life compared to the images that we have. I don't care even if you as real as you think you real on social media, that's still an image. I don't care how vulnerable and exposing you is. Oh, here's my no makeup day. This is what I do in the kitchen. This is my car. Oh, man, you can tell everything. It still ain't really real until you get somebody else that you have to have an interpersonal conversation with or interaction with in real life. And I even get nervous and shy and stuff too as well, right? So you're face-to-face collecting contacts and leads, right? I'm still including social media in the collecting of leads and everything else. That's a huge tool belt because it's people. You want to grow your business? How many new people you talk to? How many people do you have in every aspect of what it takes to, a person can go to and matriculate through? How many new phone numbers do you just have? How many people are you having that have already filled out a wellness evaluation or are scheduled for a wellness evaluation survey or any other way that you're getting people to find out people's goals? How many people are on products right now? How many people are preferred members right now? How many clients, are there right now? When you're thinking about being stuck, you got to say, well, what areas am I lacking in? Where if I looked at all of these levels, like at eye level, which ones are like way down here where I'm like, dang, I ain't talking like no new people or got no new numbers or made any type of, introduction of myself and who I am to people in a long time. If that's low, then everything else probably going to really start diminishing, especially with what happens over time. You get diminishing results over time. 10 clients this month doesn't mean that next month 10 clients reorder. Like, get that clear. You'll rarely find that every single, unless you just have one and you just focus on one. But if you're working and you're saying, hey, I'm brand new, I want to get 20 to 30 retail clients, right? That next month you should be still aiming for 20 and 30 and not trying to say, well, I got 20 to 30 and 20 to 30 is going to last forever. You're going to get 5 that don't even drink the stuff that they ordered. I don't know why. Like, $200 is going to let it sit? Collect dust? I ain't signed up for the class, though. Right? I see it, man. Hold on.
Hey, what's going on? Another tool that you want to have.
What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Nate from the IE.
Okay.
Right now, current supervisor. But I think personal development is one that you want to put in your tool belt.
How that gonna help you build your business? How that make you money?
It's like we like when they talk about having to keep your cup full. We give our energy so much to people when we're meeting them or we're talking to people on social media, to where that you start to feel that energy drop. So with personal development, I'm speaking to myself because I need to definitely start doing more of it. But yeah, definitely personal development is something that we definitely need to keep to help keep our cups full, so we're not pouring in everybody's cups without having our cups full.
Got you. You can't make nobody shake. So this thing about personal development, I'm not going to go too much into it because we all understand that personal development is very important, especially as if you brand new, look, sell some shakes. But just like Mark Hughes said, he said, I'm not like Jim Rohn. I can't get up in here and talk to you guys about personal development, right? That's why Sarah always says, yo, Soup, you got more bars than Mark Hughes, because I do this, right? Only Sarah says it. You know what I'm saying? But just right now, he was just on the video, but he said, you just have to want to be better and get better. And this is why the toolbox conversation is important. So that all you're doing is saying, where do I need to get better at? And then just get better at it. You know what I'm saying? And so you have a tool belt of, distributor practices, business practices, you know what I'm saying? Retail, recruiting, retention, follow-up, right? These are all little pieces of tool belts too. Of course, we can go into all of them in depth if we want to, but we know what we do on a good day, right? You know what you do on a good day. You know what you do on a bad day. You know what you've heard, somebody else do when you go to events and stuff like that. So you're saying, hey, that's something that I can get good at and get better at. In this business, personal development is about getting better at the things that you're like, I'm just not good at. How many guys get stage fright and, don't want to talk in front of a large crowd? How many guys are just shy, just in general, approaching people to give them a card or go ask for a phone number, right? You're just identifying things that you need to get better at. And then, of course, internally, then you're also identifying things and searching out, right? Because it's personal, some of the books and audio that even if it comes highly recommended that you need to get better at, hey, I need to get better at leadership. Man, my team just don't listen to me. It feels like I'm not getting respected. And you got to kind of be honest and stuff with a lot of the stuff that you want to, personally develop or look at. You have to be able to say, can I see and can I sense when there's something wrong with how I interact with people? Like, why are people not calling me back or answering my calls? Why do my clients do this or do that? Why is my relationship with my uplines like this? You know what I'm saying? Why is my relationship with my downlines like this? Is there something that, I can see that there's something wrong. Some people have no tact. Some people talk to people the wrong way. And you just be sitting there like, you ain't nobody boss. You don't check nobody on their volume ever. You don't got to check people. That's they check. That's their money. If they don't want to get it, who cares if it don't make yours big and grow? Let them be them. The whole point of New Solves All is to get more people, just in case this person that you would rather go hard on and, diminish with the way that you speak to them about what they're doing in terms of their work. You're so busy worrying about that, which is just negative in general. You could just be going to get more people that'll definitely offset and even increase where each person doesn't have any weighted value against your whole entirety. That's the key. This is how you become a good upline, where the relationships are a lot better, is You don't put your success onto other people's based on other people. So if they have a bad month, it doesn't affect you because your goal is to have a business more than that person. That person's personal volume and that person's organization. And we may sponsor some beasts and some monsters, right? We may sponsor some beasts and some monsters, but it's your job to go and have stuff beyond that. Man, my sponsors, I'm his biggest monster, right? But I'm not 70% of the organization. That's why he's a monster, because he didn't allow one person to occupy that much of his pie, because then it's that person and not him necessarily. Does that make sense? You want your org to be you. You did that. Not they did it and you just happen to be the upline. You know what I'm saying? That's how you guys want to do that. Does that make sense? Right? And this is just on the front end for what's going to happen for you guys in the next couple of years, as you guys can see. Don't get happy with the beast. Don't get happy with the high producers. Don't get happy with the people that seem to get it fast. Like, be happy, be grateful, but don't hitch your horse to that cart. Is that how it's said? Right. And I hope that makes sense. All right, let's see if this guy got something.
Hey guys.
Oh, that's
take it from.
I'm sorry, I just
from Austin, Texas. It's totally fine. I hear it. I would say we promote, but mastering getting people to the events.
Invitations.
Like
Okay.
butts and seats.
Butts and seats. You gonna elaborate, or you want me to jump in on it?
No, I just mean like a lot of people invite and then promote, and then nobody shows up. And so wherever the gap is in people, like you can invite all day, but are people actually coming to your invitation? And so I feel like for me, that's different between, I guess, like mastering the invitation so that people are actually showing up to whatever you're inviting to.
That is technically, it really will be out of your control. You know, it will be out of your control. Because you can't never ever, well, let me say it right so I'm not saying double negatives. I've heard you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and vice versa. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And so it's just timing. So in terms of, this is how you master the invitation. Just do an invitation for all of you guys. Like, they have to know that there's something that you want them to come to. And no matter what success level you is, and no matter how great the event may be, people will still not show up. You know what I mean? So, and even as you guys teach, I want you guys to start, when you teach people that, so that there's always this little bit of gap area, so that you know that there's not 100% success that you're going to be able to do. So technically, your mastery of anything has nothing to do with what other people choose to do. Does that make sense? You can master one's evaluation. It doesn't mean you're going to get 100% people that buy products. Do the thing, boom, 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 tell you what it is. Here's the price and shut up. Don't get much better. Still ain't going to be 100%. Be 15K, drive a nice car. Be 20K, have a Lamborghini. Invite them to an event that you getting spoke of, that you're going to speak at, or that you just got to recognize that. Doesn't mean that everybody's going to come. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to take it for yourself like that. And then also, when you teach and train on all the aspects of the things that you guys are going to do, master it. The mastery comes in the confidence that you're not scared to do it no more, and that you're doing it. That's why face-to-face is amazing. You can master face-to-face, but it doesn't mean everybody will give you their number. It doesn't even mean they're going to take something from you when you're giving them something that says free smoothie, free sample, free this, free that. Mastery just means that it's going to become a part of you, and you can teach it. In my humble opinion, right? Everything on this call, when it comes from me, is in general a humble opinion, unless we like really stating facts. But for your benefit, just take whatever I say as, gospel. All right, you'll just go faster. I listen to these calls. I'll be like, dang, I wish they did that.
Hey guys, Jamie from the IE, currently on the East Coast though. I would say something that needs to be in your tool belt is urgency. I think sometimes as you get longer in the business, we have lives and we get comfortable and all of that. But when people are ready, they're ready right now. And if you do not take action right then and answer that phone call right then or that message right then, they're going to think, or they're going to have something come up or whatever it is. And then when you finally decide to get back to them, they're not ready anymore, or they've thought about it and they're like, maybe I'm not going to be able to do this, or the money's not there. You know, how many times have people been like, you know, I'm ready right now, and then you talk to them tomorrow and they're like, something came up and I don't have it no more. So urgency is like of utmost importance. We need to be right there at that moment and get them started. But then the other thing too is like, our time is valuable. So send them an invoice and then schedule the appointment. Like, you ready? Oh, okay, here's your invoice. Now we're gonna like do your wellness evaluation, blah, 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 because my time is important and I've got other things to do too.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sherelle, senior consultant out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I would say what needs to be in the toolbox is you being resilient. You may get a lot of no's, but you'll also get yes. And it's up to you whether you're going to bounce back from that no or if you're going to let it put you down. That's all I want.
So what's up? We going to celebrate being a supervisor in New Orleans. What's up?
That's what I'm going for.
All right. You can do it this month.
I can.
There she is. Oh, all right. So, you guys listen. There's a difference between like personality traits, character traits, and all this stuff, and like really the tools, right? Like what are we really doing as distributors? That's why I mentioned follow up. That's why I mentioned things like you know, face to face, getting people results, teaching the marketing plan. This is a tool because it's what you use to build a business, right? If you guys understand what I say, then your shares and the contribution to the call is going to make more sense. Does that make sense? But of course, everything that you guys are saying are like good, and you guys should take it. You guys should, you know, be going up no matter what. But I wouldn't say, hey, wake up early is going to be in a tool belt. It's a great thing to do, but I'm not saying that's going to be mandatory for your tool belt to be successful. Because you could work at nighttime and get to, you know, millionaire team and president's team part-time. So like, I'm not going to say that, but you know, it's a good thing and I can go all into it. But what do we do to move volume? What do we do to create royalty? What do we do to create, you know, the consistency and the retention of our people? What do we do to have people grow, right? How do we recruit? Like those things are like the tools that you have. Speaking on stage and getting over your stage fright, these are tools that you have, right? I could say come show up to the STS, dressed like appropriately, right? Men dress up, women dress more covered up. I could say that, and it helps in a lot of ways that I can go into, but it ain't necessity because you don't get no volume for. Well, I guess you get volume for how you dress. I don't do it, right? All right, cool. Hey, we got any brand new people on the line right now? First time on the call or brand new to the team? Raise your hand in the app. Let's talk to you if you are here.
I'm new.
Wait, hold up.
Hi.
Hold up.
I'm a little shy.
Yeah, it's not your turn yet either, but I got you.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry.
I don't know how to raise my hand.
Nah, it's cool. What's up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm super. What's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley. Where you from, Ashley?
Long Beach.
LBC. Was you at the STS this week?
Oh, what? ABC.
Ashley, what happened? Ashley. All right, we catch Ashley. We'll catch Ashley on the next one. Hello.
Hey,
What's up? What's your name?
I'm Tima,
Tima, where you from, Tima?
Delaware.
Delaware. Who's your sponsor?
Lead sector under head of grade.
Okay, okay. How long you been a distributor?
A year now, but I've been on the product for 2 years.
Nice. And what are your results so far?
I'm down 60 pounds and I'm world team, but my first language is French and English is my second language.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hey. Thank you for being on the call then. Merci.
Thank you. I enjoy.
Thank you. Dana, you got to start your video so we can talk to you. Dana. All right, we got to get these.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
I'm Dana,
where you from, Dana?
Atlanta.
Who's your sponsor? Dana from Atlanta?
Yeah, Destiny.
Destiny. How long
Yeah.
distributor so far, Dana?
Probably like 3 days.
3 days. Were you a client first?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did
For
you
like 2 months.
for 2 months? What happened in 2 months with these results?
I would say my bloating went down.
You
That's about it.
you unloaded, so you look a little better.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you excited about with these products and these results?
I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of branching off and using more products. So right now I'm like, I just ordered like a whole bunch of skin stuff.
So what do you want to happen to your body, your energy, your face, or something?
I was like in the process of doing like weight gaining,
Okay.
but now I'm more focused on like just toning.
Okay.
So
You want to get a little.
I'm kind of still like in the range of like, you know, liking my body weight. So I'm not really like trying to like.
That's the
lose
answer
or
right
gain
there,
some
Dana.
weight.
Yo, I'm just trying to like my body weight. I'm about to do what I want to do. I'm about to look how I want to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just more of like me trying to get my ass back because, you know, I lost that. So
They're gonna answer, girl. Can you give me the answer when I answer, girl? I want my ass back. I'm trying to look how I want to look. See, simple.
Yeah.
I know you on the spot right now. You nervous? It's 100-something people listening, looking at you, enjoying.
It's fine.
Enjoying.
It's fine. I gotta get used to it, right?
We got you on the spotlight. On my computer, man, your teeth are this big, but you know we enjoy it.
Well, I can't even see you, so.
Welcome to the team, Miss Dana.
Thanks.
All right, Ashley, you back? Ashley gone. All right, you guys. So we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier about extravaganza. If you do not look, if you plan on going, get serious and get clear about having everything taken care of, right? Your flight, where you're gonna be staying, hotel, Airbnb, relative, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and having your event ticket. Like, get that. Extravaganza, it's more that we talk about how fun it is, but like when you're locked in, ready to listen to people that are handpicked, right? There's committees that go over people's numbers, the metrics and the growth of their business, what's been going on the past year or so, 2 years, and why they're successful, people who have stories and backgrounds, just like many of you, and definitely like people that you're gonna know or run across in all the interaction that you're gonna have, right? You're gonna hear from them. And in a way as simple as possible, like I hope today, like a day like today, and every Monday, that there's always this simplicity about how I speak. I hope that you guys can get attached to as you listen. Like, oh, he's really just saying some simple stuff. Some jokes might fly through. It may sound a little bit like, yo, he's going in right now, but there's like a simplicity about like everything that you're going to be able to hear from the stage, which when things are simple, right, it's easy to learn and it's easy to implement so that you can leave the event not just inspired, right? Not just inspired by the magnitude of like all of these happy like distributors that are in, you know, the stadium in New Orleans, right? Not just the magnitude of how much Herbalife you're going to see around, you know, the wonderful areas of New Orleans. Not just inspired because when you start doing the math and you see like all the press members and everything else, and you kind of can put some dollars amount to this value and the volume that people are doing, that you kind of like, man, I just need me like 10% of that. But like when you can leave and say, okay, I can see what I have to do. Like based off what I'm doing, I see how I should be able to do stuff more and in a way that makes sense for building the business. Some of us aren't doing the business in a way that's actually growing a business. We're just, There's no intention behind, you know, how we talk to people and get them started. There's no intention behind, some people, there's no intention behind even like recruiting somebody. Right? You want to change the world. You want to earn income. Herbalife is going to pay you. Herbalife cuts the checks. Right? Think about this. Think about if you, as an Herbalife distributor, is generally only going to generate about, let's say, $500 in overall profit a month. Right? That can be turned into a check. And it goes to you. Well, what would you have to do if everybody is worth $500 and you wanted to make $30,000 a month, $100,000 a month? You'd have to get a whole lot of people. Right? Well, let's look at really what a real number is. People, if you get 5% of volume, right, you're going to get 5% royalty on the volume that a supervisor is going to produce monthly. If a supervisor does 1,000 volume points, Herbalife is going to pay you and your upline and another upline, we're just going to talk about the front line, $50 on that person's 1,000. You want to earn 10,000, 20,000 eventually, 30, 40, 50. But somebody does like 1,000 volume points, they're worth $50 into the check. That's their contribution that Herbalife luckily rewards us, because we could not be in this type of business. We could just show somebody how to sell products and they could just sell products and earn their own retail. But because we show people how to retail, the company pays us for somebody else being able to earn 50% retail while they get people results. $50? I was being nice saying 500. $50 for like 1,000. Somebody does 10,000 volume points, you earn $500. The 10,000 people are rare. 1,000 people is more likely. 1,000 volume points a month. How many people you got to get for them 50s to add up to $30,000 a month? That's where the lackadaisical, the whimsical, the unstructured, the lack of intention, that's where the whole business is going to seem really heavy for you, because you're not anticipating and you're underestimating how many people it's going to be, right? That hit supervisors that are in your downline. And you're not going to be able to get all of the people in frontline. The smart thing is to act like you have to do a frontline. But as they get in, they're going to have to sponsor. They're going to have to get supervisors first, second, third level deep that you're going to have to get for you to fill up this royalty in your organization, for you to get to, you know what I'm saying, $20,000, $30,000 a month. If that's what you seek to have with this opportunity that allows everybody to go and get a chance to work for it. Everybody on this line, you guys can all get it. But the average supervisor, United States, North America, everywhere you want to name around the world, Malaysia, Ghana, Brazil, everywhere in general is probably, if you just average the whole world, no more than like 1,200 volume points per supervisor. $60. So if we're going to go off the law of averages, right, you need a lot of people. So the way that you do Herbalife has to be conducive with you introducing a lot of people to the products and to be able to hear the marketing plan that you was able to pull out of your tool belt and do a napkin presentation in a bar, in the airport, at the library, like wherever somebody is, you can be able to show somebody something real fast. If they were just like, but how does it work really? Well, let me show you. Like, this is you. This is where you start. You know what I'm saying? Super simple. Remember I was telling you about what we would take 2 shakes a day? Yeah, so that'll be about this much. This is what you would make per person, right? Get a couple of people, boom, boom, boom. You see what happens if you had like 3 people doing that. That makes sense. They're like, oh, it makes sense. That's out of your tool belt. How many people are you introducing to the marketing plan that you're either doing one-on-one in like impromptu, that you're doing one-on-one in something that you schedule, that they're going to hear at Herbalife Opportunity Meeting that you're a part of and you're contributing to? We have one this Friday where we are locally. Like, how many people are we working on getting there personally for ourselves? How many people are we getting to the Success Training Seminar because they're going to talk about it there? Right? How many samples are we giving out so that you're introducing people to the taste of something that they can get like some quick energy real fast, lift off tea, Achieve bar, a protein bar, right? CR7 packet, right? Protein bite. There's so many things that you can have on you that you can immediately introduce people to the products right there. 3-day trial, obviously, which in its own self is a tool. You got to be good at doing 3-day trials. That's a tool. It's perfect because your new distributors get 3-day trials. So if you don't know how to, get people on a 3-day trial, how can you help your new distributors when they all get 3-day trials? So they got to know what it is, what you want your 3-day, your new distributors to just all sign up and then they don't order their own products. They're eating 3-day trials. So they got a week of like shakes, but it's like, no, you want them to sell it so that they can already start seeing how to use a tool that they'll eventually teach their distributors, and they can already start recouping money so that they got immediate profit right now, right? How many people? Because on a good day, you'll get 100 people that can do 1,300 volume points a month. Get 100 people doing 1,300 volume points a month. 100 supervisors. And then be grateful for the ones that are active supervisors doing 2,500, and be grateful for the ones that, see more for themselves and want to sit VIP at SCS and are doing at least like 5,000 sometimes during the year. And be grateful for the ones that are going for gold and platinum VIP, because if you go gold and platinum VIP at Extravaganza, the seats is better. You qualify for a dope party. You qualify for a super team dinner. Oh, steak. You know what it is. I hope you like steak. I hope you like fish. I hope you like dessert. Right? I hope you like good company. And, and you'll be grateful for the people that do closer to 75 and 10,000 and start building the organization royalty, because then you'll have people to go onto the Herbalife vacation with you. But in general, you'll probably be dealing with 100 people that are doing 1,300 volume points. And it's just your job is to cast in a vision for you to say, yo, the simplicity of you guys going from 1,300 to 2,500 is only a little smidge of an effort. And it's just the consistency of that effort that's going to make it easier for you to maintain 2,500 a month. But you got to get there first and then operate in whatever it takes to get there so that it's not even going to be hard. And then you're just working on getting up and up. All questions, good questions. Nope. Nothing.
I don't have a question, but can I just say something real quick?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Terrence and Nakia, I was not able to be there this weekend. I was at the Philly STS, and I didn't get a chance to see you yet. But I just want to say, congratulations! It's official. I wish I was there to see you. Kelly sent me pictures of y'all being recognized. But, dude, I've been waiting to watch that for forever. And I'm just so grateful for both of you. I have watched you. You guys have literally been like just the epitome of watching everything that I've heard. And I wish I was there, but I love you so, so much. I can't wait for Friday. I will be there on Friday, but I love you both so much. Congratulations.
Hey, and she's talking about the hero, brand new 7,500 millionaire team in the Kia. Y'all see him looking like big money. That's like,
oh, there's your faces.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Jamie.
All right, yeah. We don't do it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, congratulations, you guys. All questions is good questions. These are your next one. Some of your next press team members on the way, though. All questions is good questions. Nope. All right.